It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary. Oh God. Anyway, here we are. The weather is a little bit awful in the respect that my whole watch crew would probably have drowned several times over. Speaking of the watch crew, get up here. I really need to figure out a way to install the hardcode fixes, because I tried to install it, but I couldn't do it very well. So I'll have to figure that out eventually, because apparently one of its many wonderful additions is that it makes the watch officer come back up onto the deck after surfacing from being in a state of unsurfaced. So anyway, we're going to go have a look around in this little choke point here, and who knows, we might even find a port to go raid. I don't know how wise that would be, but we shall see. But first we're gonna have a look. So yeah, alright, let's get some crew in the torpedo room, loading up those torpedoes so that they are all available to us. And actually, when we get back to port, we should give one of our officers, probably this guy, a torpedo qualification so that they can load torpedoes more efficiently. Although, yeah, we should do that. Anyway, I will come back if something wacky doodle happens. Oh, goody goody gumdrops, we've spotted a warship. It would appear to be bearing about 280. But we shall inquire with the watch officer about that. Aha, bearing 281. Accurate am I. Alright, that looks like some kind of destroyer, probably, coming straight at us. Oh dear, how deep is it here? Not enough, okay. Periscope depth for now. I don't really want to crash dive because they'll probably hear us. Wait a minute. Maybe we should attack it. No, don't get those silly ideas into your head. Yeah, I think we probably want to evade it, because in this shallow water, if we shoot and miss, we're dead. In this depth, they'd be able to kill us with their depth charges pretty easily, because while in the real world you could probably bottom the boat, it doesn't really work that way in this. They can still detect you as a distinguishable object if you do. Because in real life you'd be sort of indistinguishable from the general stuff at the bottom of the ocean. You'd just be a weird shape. Although if you were the only weird shape, then that might lead them to a few ideas as to what you were, but it just doesn't work that way in the game.
Beide Maschinen kleine Fahrt. 50 Umdrehungen.
German for 50 RPM is what he was saying. 50 Umdrehungen. But we're still at about 90 RPM. So yeah, helpful knowledge of the German language, and also the simple fact that I've watched Das Boot enough times to translate most of it, are of great assistance in that particular regard. Okay, it looks like we have a little more depth to play with, so let's go to 40 meters, and we'll just run silent until that ship passes us by. I presume you'll be following it, Mr. Hydrophone Man. Or is that too much to ask? Yeah, bearing 276. Okay. Yeah, increasing speed. Oh, dear. You know what? I'm gonna have a look at it. I'm sorry if that's cheating, but as you know, I am a cheat. Yeah, there it is. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that's a Corvette. Although it's a flower class, so we could actually probably outrun it on the surface, but we're just gonna let it mellow. But I'm actually going to confirm what it is in the identification book, because I am relatively certain that it is a flower class. Oh! Or is it an Isles class? It's an Isles class. Which means it can only do 12 knots, so we could definitely outrun it. But do I want to... do I want to? Or is it a flower class? It's one or the other. Either way, well, we can only make about the same speed as a flower class is the problem. But, yeah, we're just going to avoid it and not try to do anything that'll get us killed. Because it's the first patrol. I don't want to die yet. That would make me look like a tremendous idiot. Yeah, we're just going to wait for it to pass us by. Alright, we've lost the contact. So let's go to a head 1/3 and come up to periscope depth. Have a look around. Alright, let's get the observation scope coming up. I'm not sure how much we're going to be able to see with all these bloody waves. But, ooh, did I see a flash? Yeah, I can't really see very much with this, so, this is really just wishful thinking. Because I can't see more than about 20-30 meters in any given direction. But, we are going to lower the scope and just have a look around. Yeah, I think we're good to surface.
Auftauchen.
Auftauchen.
Vorne auf 10, hinten kommen auch auf 50.
I'm actually reading Dust Boats at the moment, the book. It's sort of like The Hunt for Red October in the respect that the movie is a very shortened version of the book in just about every regard. Ooh, I made some fun motions happen there. Because there's a lot that happens in the book that's there'll be several events that are condensed into one in the movie. Like there's only one crash dive drill at the beginning of Dust Boats, but in the book there are several per day for the first few days that they're at sea, and just stuff like that in general. Anyway, I will keep you informed of further developments. Okay, literally just before I stopped recording, we got a report of a convoy heading northeast. The question is, where is it going, and will we be able to catch it? I suspect it's going up here somewhere. So we're gonna try, because what's the point of a U-boat if it doesn't actively hunt its prey? So we will also run at flank speed. So we'll probably make about 15 knots. So, at 15 knots... Wait a minute, what's the anticipated distance there? 86 kilometers? At 15 knots we can go... that distance. That doesn't make any sense. About 2.5 hours. So they're doing 6 knots. How far can they get in 2.5 hours? Only about exactly 33 kilometers. So we will shorten this significantly to about there. Which means we have to go even less distance, which means we'll get there even sooner. And then we'll just do a little search once we get there. Hopefully, what's the weather like? If this holds out, that would just be fantastic. That'd be just more than I could ask for. But I will let you know when we get there. And if we can attack at night. That was almost completely out of the water. Holy crap! Yeah, I've set the waves to seasonal with Silent Hunter 3 Commander. Anyway, enough gibber gabber. Let's go. Aha! We have spotted a ship. Problem is our watch officer isn't up here, so we're probably a little bit too close for comfort. Where is it? No visual contact. Yeah, let's dive.
Seerohrtiefe
Oh, we're still running silent. Why are we doing that? No, 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 no. From a really long time ago. Ooh, that's a problem. Hee! Okay. Holy crap, that's a big wave. But yeah, I've got them set to seasonal, and seeing as it is October of 1940, it's only going to get worse from here. And also, it looks like we took some hull damage from these. Hull integrity is down to 99%. Unless we took damage from something before, which we might have. I can't seem to recall. I haven't actually recorded Silent Hunter 3 in a while. Because I've been doing lots of IL-2 and Rise of Flight. Speaking of which, the new Rise of Flight episode part 5 should be out pretty soon. It's recorded, I just have to edit it. Anyway, we have lots of contacts. Which is goody goody gumdrops. So we... our course estimate for the convoy was pretty much kind of a little bit bang on. But we still need to surface and get ahead of it. So we're going to do that. Alright, surface.
Wahnsinnige Fahrt voraus.
Yeah.
Wahnsinnige Fahrt voraus.
And I shall resume this illustrious recording process once we've sort of gotten ahead of them into a good position. Alright, we seem to be in position, and I'm taking us down to periscope depth. Oh. These shall tell all. Not enough crew in the E-Maschinens. Let's sort that out. Well, there should be now. If not, we'll move these two chiefs in there. After which there should be. Okay. We're just gonna go to a head slow, and we're actually gonna run silent and run deep. Well, actually, we're gonna run shallow because we're just shallow like that. And I will come backety back once we are ready to shoot. Essentially, once we're in a position to attack. So here's the cheese. The convoy just changed course, and I think it's heading into here. Except there's no port there. So the question is, where is it going? And the better question is, are we going to be able to catch it or not? To which the answer is, yes, of course. I think. Maybe. Let us see if we can plot their course. Ooh, I'll tell you what they're doing. Ooh. Yeah, they are kind of following that course, actually. We just need to draw it elsewhere so that it's a bit... not that far. So that it's a bit more, closer to where they're actually going to be. Ooh, they're actually over there. Never mind. So I actually can draw it from here. Ugh, stop getting in my way, speed charts. Anyway, I'll see if we can get ahead of them. If not, I guess that'd kind of suck, but you know, that's just how it goes, I guess. So we have actually spotted this ship. I know it's coming up as a radio report, but we have actually spotted it, and I think I'm actually going to go after it rather than the convoy, because I don't think I'm going to catch the convoy. And also, given the shallow waters, I think being pursued by escorts might be something of a death sentence for us, so we're going to see what we can do with this. Well, either this is an entirely different ship, or I thought the same one was going the other way. But in either case, we're going after this now because it's our only hydrophone contact. Yeah, we're just going to do that. Okay, I think we're in a good position now. We're way ahead of it, and it should pass pretty close in front of us. So let's have us a little sneaky peeky, and also float up to 11 meters-ish if we can. Merchant bearing 066. The plot thickens. It's supposed to be bearing 282. Is there another one? Perhaps. Oh well. And let's have a look at our other buddy who's over here. And let's just watch him for now.
Come to me, my pretty.
My only concern is he's coming almost directly towards us, so we are actually going to back up a little bit.
Alle Maschinen stopp. Große Fahrt zurück. Alle Maschinen. 0 Grad.
But keep the rudder at 0 so that we don't turn around like an idiot. Is that evasive maneuvering? I don't think so. We almost could have shot it with the stern too. Why are we still not moving backwards? Oh, because I ordered to stop
Fahrt zurück.
accidentally when trying to order the
Fahrt zurück.
rudder to 0 because I'm an idiot. As has already been well proven and established, but you know, no harm bringing it up again. We're actually going to stop because this observation scope zooms in quite a lot. And we're going to want to bring up the attack scope. My concern is it's broad daylight, and under many circumstances, our conning tower is sticking up, so we're kind of having our cheese out in the wind. So I don't want to let it get too close because they might see us. But in the meantime, I was pretty well able to identify it, so we are going to go back to merchants. And we're going to have to get another look at it, but it was one of these single stacked, either small merchant tramp steamer thing. We'll call it a tramp steamer for now. Until we can get a good look at it. Where is it? There it is. Alright. Yeah, that has a raked bow, so that is going to be a small merchant. Aha, that is precisely what it is. Alright. Once it gets a little closer, we'll start doing our calculations for our torpedo solution. In fact, we're going to do that now. So let's lock on and get this roughly where the water line is. It's kind of tough to estimate. So we've got about 5 marks. Telmange just released a wonderful tutorial on how to use this thing, by the way. Although I think he's using ACM, so it's a little bit different, but it's thoroughly applicable nonetheless. 22.6 meters. Range is about 1,000. So we'll just bring that up to the ship length and enter that range. Approximately 1,000 meters. And then count number of horizontal marks. There's about 18. So we find 18, 20, 19, 18. That's wrong goes. That's okay, I know pretty much roughly what the AOB is anyway, just from the angle he is on us. And we're actually going to take another range reading before we do the speed. He's gotten a little closer. Ooh, waterline, right there. Okay. Oh yeah, because we got about 6 now. Which brings the range down to about 700 meters. And now, we speed him out. And do so quickly, because he's actually going pretty fast. I'd reckon 9 or 10 knots. You can usually tell pretty well based on the angle of the smoke coming out of the stack. On the other hand, it may be a little less. Where's the back end of the ship? It's about there. Okay, 19 seconds on mid-outer dial. Line that up with the ship length, And I think the speed is at the top. That or it's over here, but there's no way that's only doing 5.5 knots, going way too fast. So we're going to call it 9.5. And we need to get ready to shoot now, because that gyro angle's coming down. In fact, it's already passed. Alright, get ready to shoot. Ooh, draft, 6.8 meters, set that to 7. And open the tube. Fire! And we'll actually fire 2, because I'm not terribly confident in that speed. I'm actually going to do one at 11 knots. And fire and see what happens. And then we're going to take her down to 25 meters so that we minimize the chance of them seeing us. And then we're going to follow our eels to the target. Yeah, I think this first one might be a miss. Maybe not. Let's watch it on the event camera here. Ooh. Actually, that's going to be a pretty good hit. Question is whether or not the magnetic detonator is going to work. Pop! Aha! There she blows. Second one going to hit? No. Maybe. No, I don't think so. But that's okay. You know, we got a hit, so I'm not going to complain. And I think she's going to sink. Yeah, that second eel. The Type 2 G7E torpedo takes approximately 4,000 man-hours to build, and we have squandered it. Well, I wouldn't say we've squandered it. We got 1 for 2, or however you count that, which is a good result. And that's definitely going to sink. She already seems to be sort of lumbering down by the bow, so we're just going to downsy the scope, and I'll probably cut the recording and come back when she sinks. And she is going down not too long after we get the notification that our second torpedo missed. So yeah, we kind of know that. But we hit it pretty much on the bow. I don't think it put her engine out, because she kept going for quite a while. She's actually pretty far away from us now. But the further she went, the more she continued to go down by the bow, so it was really just a matter of time. And it's just a generic British ship, not Australian or New Zealand, or I don't know what the adjective for New Zealand is, or Canadian or South African or whatever. Just a Brit boat, which kind of makes sense because we are still, well, not in the Irish Sea, but we're very close to the UK. We're in quite shallow waters, actually. But she is sinking, and she actually will go all the way to the bottom, instead of just sitting with its cheese in the wind sticking out on the surface. That's a stingy propeller. It's a stingy boat is what it is. Down it goes. But yeah, that was a small merchant for sure. And in fact, we'll check the log to see exactly what the tonnage was. Doesn't really appear to be leaving an oil slick on the surface, so it was probably not carrying any liquids except for its own internal fuel. Okay, are you actually gonna sink all the way? Yes, okay. Just leave your boxes behind. Check your boxes at the door. Let's watch it go all the way to the bottom. And whammo! That's got a hoit. Well, it's already drowned, so I don't think it really matters too much. There's the purple spot on the bottom. Stop dwelling on the purple spots. So we've sunk a small freighter and a small merchant on this patrol. And how many torpedoes have we used up? And how badly did we squander an opportunity to hit and sink a light cruiser? Oh yeah, we had another contact over here somewhere. So let's actually mark it and see if we can get its course while we're still under. Ah, crap! Oh, I lost it now. Sorry, I went kind of happy with the time compression. You know what? I have forfeited the right to even speak to you guys. I'm sorry about that. That could have been another kill for us, but instead we're going to head back to base because we don't have many torpedoes left. But I'm sure we'll bump into something between here and then, so I will let you know when that happens. Oh well, isn't this just a tasty nugget? We have spotted a merchant. Where is it? Tell me or you die. Oh. Yeah. Good, is a contact. Bearing 299. Yeah, I got it. Maybe there's more than one. Did we ever get those torpedoes reloaded? No. Oh well. Probably won't bother unless we have to, because I left my crew in the torpedo room for too long, and they got all tired from lifting up those big heavy torpedoes. So we don't really have the manpower to reload them at the moment. But we are going to investigate this mysterious Murchie contact. And I'll let you know once we can see it. Alright, we've managed to get ourselves into a pretty good position, and it is a small freighter, so we are going to go after it for sure tootens. And right now we're going to alter course to go after it. I don't know if it's seen us or not, but let's go and have a look. Now that we know what it is, we can kind of be a cheat, I guess. Question is a ship this small worth using torpedoes on? Maybe. That would depend rather bigly on whether or not they've actually seen us, I guess, but what's their bearing now? Question is, are we going to be able to get into a good position in time? I'm gonna say probably nutsies. Probably not, unless we alter course. But let's do that, because I don't really want to attack it with a deck gun when we are in fairly British waters and there are probably warships nearby. So we are going to go pretty much directly southwest, I think is what we should do. Or it depends. It's going east, northeast. So if we go closer to, yeah. So that should be a good way to get ahead of it, to go this way. That's going to make me sick. This is going to be a slightly long video, but it's going to be the whole rest of the patrol, so enjoy it, I guess. There we are. Now we're getting ahead of them. Except I think they might be making evasive maneuvers. Because I think we're very nearly running parallel to them now. So let's actually get into a better angle so that we can really close the distance a little faster, I guess. Okay, they're really close. We need to dive.
Auf Seerotiefe gehen.
Yeah, 2,700 meters. Slightly remarkable that they haven't seen us, but it's testament to the stealth of the U-boat, I guess. Oh yeah, we're going to be able to make a pretty good shot on too. Just need to come onto the right angle. Alright, we are at periscope depth. We're going to come up a little shallower so that we can actually make decent use of the periscope. So there They are. That looks like a pretty good angle, and I don't think they're actually maneuvering to avoid us. Which is goodsies. Yeah. So let's stop so that we can actually get a decent speed reading when the time comes. Although, could probably 315 them, but I don't really want to do that because it's a... I would call it cheaty, but it makes use of information that U-boat captains would not necessarily have, like their enemy's exact position would be difficult to compute. We're going to be using these tubes with the Type 1s. We'll probably run them at high speed. Fortunately, thanks to the observations of our watch officer, we know that their speed is roughly... no, not their speed, that the range is 2,700 meters. Ooh, it is a... Is it a coastal freighter? That is the question, isn't it? I think it's a coastal freighter. If not, the differences between those little ships are fairly insubstantial. You know what, let's just have a look at it. Let's just take a peek. Yes, it's a coastal freighter. As I suspected. And we are locked onto it, but I don't know how good a range rating we're going to be able to get. But that's okay, because we know roughly what the range is. But still, let's see if we can... Ooh, that's a good thing on the waterline there. It's slightly below it, so we'll keep that in mind. Masts... Actually, no, that's not good on the waterline. Ah, stop blaring. Okay, that's rough. No, it's not. That is where the waterline is. Or is it? Sorry, I'm leaning in close to the mic. That might get uncomfortably loud. Getting about 3-ish marks. I'm not terribly concerned about the range because we know what it is. 2.5. 20. Ew. What did he say again? I'm more inclined to believe my watch officer. Yeah, that would suggest a range of about 2,500 meters. I'm really not that concerned about the range, because it's not all so precise anyway. AOB is going to be something like that. And let's see if we can speed him out. Are we actually stopped? No, but we're close enough. To get a kind of okay speed reading. You know what? We have time. Let's wait till we're completely stopped. Even though with the whole thermodynamics and stuff, it's not really that possible for us to be completely stopped, but, shh. We need to float up to a higher depth so that we can... Good grief, how am I supposed to be able to speed him out in this? Quick, find the bow. There we go. We'll try that. And we're not going to get a very accurate speed reading here. I'm just going to have to live with that. But, crap. The problem is we're sitting too low in the water. And we can't really flood up to a higher depth. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I know roughly where to stop it now, even if we can't see the back of the ship. It needs to be about there. So we'll try 25 seconds. 25 seconds. 25 seconds. Step right up. Step right up. 25 seconds. I'm inclined to believe 5 knots. Oh, but we need to line that up with the ship length, don't we? Pfft. Sorry, I'm just an idiot. 7 knots. I'll believe that. But I will also chip a little bit off of it and fire both torpedoes. I'll fire one at 6 and one at 7, I'll tell you that. Is what I'm going to do. So high speed, impact, open the tube, close the spinny wheelies, and get ready to shoot when the gyro angle comes down. Okay. Oh crap. Oh crap on a cracker. Oh no, wait a minute. So that was our reading there. Okay. I should see if I can take another range reading. No, I shouldn't. I should just reduce the range to, let's call it 2,000 meters. A little less, maybe. Range is vital. Yeah, I'd say roughly in that neighborhood. So fire, and then increase this one up to 7 knots, and open the tube, which already doing, and yeah, fire. Torpedos abgefeuert. And let's follow them and see what develops. Those are actually looking pretty lovely, happy dabby dozy goodsy. Oh yeah, that might even hit. Poof! Or poof, or whatever. I guess it's not really a poop, I should be happy. Where's the other one? Ooh, that's gonna be a hit too. These ships only need 1 hit to sink, really, but, you know, redundancy. It's gonna, oh my god, it blew the everything off. It's just a tub now. A tub with some pokey funnely things sticking out of it. Well, I am satisfied with that attack and have some renewed confidence in my ability to use the spinny wheelie analog computer. Which is good, because I need to learn how to use those analog computers, because I want to get my private pilot's license eventually, and need to know how to use a flight computer. But those function slightly differently, but it still involves rotary twiddly knobs, so how different can it be? That's gonna sink pretty much right away. Don't think anyone survived that. And the tub sinks. It really just does look like a tub, doesn't it? But it's sinking, so we're happy, and we'll surface, and we'll go home. So yeah, 1,800 tons. That's alright, I guess. That's respectable to come home with, considering lots of U-boats went on patrols and never sunk anything, so I will inform you of further developments. Alright, on this gloomy, doomy day, as we return to port, I would like to make a few announcements, I suppose, regarding this series and its future. And those would mostly be, if you would like to have a crew member named in your honor, simply post a comment on this video, or indeed any future episode, and I'm sure that can be arranged. And also, another thing I might do if people express interest is allow submissions for the conning tower emblem. If you want to design one yourself or suggest one from the existing list, my only condition would be no obscene emblems, please. Yeah, I'm sorry to ruin your fun, but that's mostly what I was going on about, and that's about all I could think of. I thought I'd be able to spiel on long enough for us to get all the way into our little cubby hole, but apparently not. So let's just tootle on in there. And stop. Because this one mad old time in Silent Hunter 4, I had an S-boat, and it was so badly damaged that when I got back to port, it hit the pier and sunk. Because it took damage from hitting it. But yeah, let's dock at, oh dear, at a base. So we ended with the hull integrity of 99.56. We got 162 renown. The crew earned medals that we'll have to give to them. We sunk 6,500 tons across 3 ships, so that's, you know, respectable. Still no real U-boat upgrades available. I'll tinker around with the torpedoes before we go next time. That may be a problem. It would appear that the emblems have been mashed about, but let's see what So we've got 3 U-boat war badges to hand out. So let's give one to the officers first, because I'm an elitist. No, let's give one of them to a torpedo person, because they're important. And the sonar guy for telling us stuff, and then me being an idiot and not finding it. And also we were going to qualify an officer in torpedoes, weren't we? Actually, I think we should get another officer. Is what we ought to do. Who specializes in... Should we get this guy or this guy? Let's have 2 qualified watchmen, because why not? And let's qualify him in torpedoes. Let's qualify him in torpedoes. Or not, let's qualify him in torpedoes. And then they'll just alternate being the watch officer, one of whom is qualified in torpedoes. I think I've gotten that point well across. I don't want to have more crew than necessary with regards to the other people, because then there just isn't enough room in the quarters and everyone ends up tired. So, yeah, that's really it. So by the time we come back, it's going to be late 1940, I guess, by the time we're starting our next patrol, and we can continue the adventures of Werner Sprang and the illustrious U-34. But until then, toodaloo!